This has Cavs fans fired up. After a questionable playoff loss, the Cavs went into the offseason and made some major moves that have multiple analysts grading it as a high-end offseason around the whole league. One of the top scores that you can get in the offseason is what the Cavs got, and it has Cavs fans, including myself, very, very fired up. I'm Matt Palange here at Cavs Digest. Before we talk about these grades of the Cavaliers offseason, why they have a high grade, what to anticipate further with the Cavs and their new signings and new moves, and maybe some future signings that they could make and future moves that they couldn't make, go ahead and like this video and hit that subscribe button because you get all news surrounding the Cavs, all fun reports like this and just kind of storylines based things, as well as the news, the rumors, the trades, the signings, and all of that good stuff. I know it's been a little bit, guys. I got really, really busy, and Darius was also busy as well. Things happen, but we're back. This is a long time that we've gone without a video. I never have wanted that to happen, but we're back, and I'm so ready to push out more and more Cavs videos for you guys. Whatever I can find, whatever news and mock trades or whatever, and real news that happens, I'm here to report for you guys. So let's talk about this video. Is going to be surrounding the Cavs offseason and their high grade that they got for their offseason from one Yahoo analyst, saying that the Cavaliers offseason is graded a B, and why they were graded a B. What can we expect from the Cavaliers this season with some of these new players? So the first one, obviously, is Lonzo Ball. You saw in the thumbnail and the intro, and now you're seeing him here. He was able to be acquired by the Cavaliers for Isaac Okoro, and we're going to be able to talk about Isaac Okoro here soon and why getting rid of Isaac Okoro was such a big deal for the Cavs and their good offseason, or what is being called a good offseason for them. Lonzo Ball, who is known for his fantastic playmaking skills, his defense, and all of that. That is what, as of right now, has gotten to lead to what is like a positive for the Cavs, specifically surrounding what they need with guys such as Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is a phenomenal playmaker. He can stretch the floor, and he's super athletic. The only issue that we have with him is injuries, but because of this, the pure fit that Lonzo Ball brings to the Cavaliers, it helps to give the Cavs a high grade. And then you have guys like Larry Nance Jr., who the Cavs also acquired. But before we get into Larry Nance, let's talk about what the Yahoo analyst said about the Cavs offseason. The Cavaliers are a 64-win team that is spending into the second apron, so they expected to lose Ty Jerome, their sixth man of the year candidate, as Jerome signed a 3-year, $27 million contract with the Memphis Grizzlies. Cleveland swapped Okoro for Ball, who replaces the playmaking off the bench. Re-signing old friend Larry Nance Jr. was also a nice bit of business for a front office with zero flexibility. I didn't include this, but right before this, he said that he would give the Cavs offseason a B. This is from Yahoo Sports analyst Ben Rohrback. So, yeah, the Cavs get an overall B grade due to being able to replace Ty Jerome, who was kind of an expectation to lose due to the money situation, the salary situation that the Cavs were in. And a guy like Ty Jerome was just seeming like he was going to get paid. It was something that did disappoint Cavs fans. I know this title says fired up, but one thing that disappointed Cavs fans is the fact that Sam Merrill got paid more than Ty Jerome did by the Grizzlies. So Sam Merrill seems like the Cavs were more trustworthy of him, and that the Cavs organization likes Sam Merrill more than we do, I guess. So, but yeah, let's talk about Larry Nance Jr. The Cavs also signed. This is a guy that they got for a vet minimum deal, 8 points per game, 4 rebounds a game, and shot a phenomenal 45% from 3 and 51% from the field. He brings defensive intensity. He's a veteran. He can stretch the floor, and he has high IQ. There's 4 things right there that Larry Nance Jr. brings a lot to the Cavaliers and why he helps so much, because they needed a guy that can really come in and stretch the floor but also go grab boards and play some defense to help at the big man position and just the front court in general. So we're really, really happy with Larry Nance coming back. He's a perfect fit for the Cavs based on the overall just fit and his play style and the fact that he loves Cleveland and he's familiar with Cleveland. Again, we also talked about getting Lonzo for Isaac Okoro. We'll get into that in a second, but I just want to show you guys some things that we're going to talk about here. Let's talk about Naquan Tomlin now, another offseason addition. Or not offseason addition, a guy that was on the Cavs last year that played in the Summer League. This guy I anticipate to be on the Cavs. But the reason I want to show Naquan Tomlin, not because he has been fully submitted to the roster or anything, because of the fact that he played so well in the Summer League, and that the Summer League really gave us a good look at guys like Naquan Tomlin and guys like Craig Porter, who are hurt now, And now you can kind of see that you might not expect anything from Craig Porter Jr. as much as I've heard a lot of you guys say you like Craig Porter. It doesn't seem like you're going to get much out of him. Naquan Talman on the other end seems like he's an offensive, he was on some offensive masterclass during the summer league. This guy can do it all on the offensive side, score on all three levels, can go ahead and crash glass. Him and Salu Niang impressed me. Same with Jalen Tyson, and Tyrese Proctor had a couple of good games as well. So you can expect to see what some summer league guys can bring to the roster, which also helps the Cavs' offseason grade, specifically Naquan Talman, because the Cavs drafted Proctor, who disappointed early in the summer league, but seems like Tyrese Proctor stepped it up when he had 35 points at the end of the summer league. And the fact that Naquan Talman could be on the roster and looks like could be a great offensive weapon for the Cavs. DeAndre Hunter, I'm going to talk about here in a second. Before we get into DeAndre Hunter, let's talk about Isaac Okoro and why he helps the offseason grade so much. So you look at his stats here. Little do you guys know, this guy got paid tens of millions of dollars, bro. Like, this guy was completely overpaid, and that's why dumping him for Lonzo, first of all, you get a better fit. Second of all, you get rid of Isaac Okoro's questionable contract, and that makes the Cavs offseason so much better. Because I know guys think that Isaac Okoro might not have gotten a chance, or we shouldn't have traded for a guy that's injury prone. Isaac Okoro is going to play defense and be healthy. But sadly, what this guy does on the offensive end is not worth the money that he was paid. And it's very, very unfortunate for him and for the Cavs. But it's looking like jumping Isaac Okoro helped the Cavs offseason a lot due to the salary dump, and it could help him get out the second apron within a couple years, or help him work around the second apron better, because they were able to acquire Lonzo Ball, who makes less than Okoro, and Lonzo is just a better fit for the Cavs overall, especially after losing Ty Jerome. So it seems like replacing Jerome was perfect. They re-signed Sam Merrill and extended him, who the Cavs love Sam Merrill probably more than we do, so keep that in mind. But DeAndre Hunter, this is one question mark that you could have for the offseason or going into next season, which is something I want to talk about, kind of what we can anticipate going into next season. So this is the projected roster, what it's looking like, the projected rotation. For the starting lineup, same thing as last year. Garland, Mitchell, Strus, Mobley, Jarrett Allen. Second unit, Lonzo Ball, Merrill, Tyson, Hunter, Larry, Nance Jr. That's why I mentioned DeAndre Hunter, because I know what you guys are going to say. This guy should start. This guy should start. The good thing is that the Cavs have this guy under a solid contract to the point where it seems like there's no chance of losing him at this season or anytime soon. So having DeAndre Hunter here to keep Cavs fans really happy, keep them fired up knowing that they have DeAndre Hunter here. The one question mark surrounding DeAndre Hunter is, should he start? That's not something I'm going to get too into. For me personally, I think he should start, but I also think that this guy was so dominant off the bench and is going to play starter-like minutes that it's okay to have him off the bench. But that is what the Cavs' projected lineup is. They get 55.5 wins, which is so high. They were projected to win the East, and the Knicks took over once they lost some guys. But now the Cavs seem like they're bouncing back and forth between being favorites in the East, which also has Cavs fired up, because look at what's happening. Sadly, due to injuries, the Cavs have a great path to the Eastern Conference. You might have to get through the Bucks, who might play better, but they have been struggling in the playoffs as of late. The Knicks are your biggest threat, and the Pacers and Celtics, due to injuries, sadly, are going to be a lot lighter this year, due to losing two of their best, Tyrese Halliburton for the Pacers and Jason Tatum for the Celtics. But yeah, Cavs fans are fired up after seeing this offseason grade. If you haven't seen it yet, I hope you guys learned. You get to see it today. The Cavs offseason has raised question marks for some fans, but for me, I think it is perfect, especially surrounding these three guys. Naquan Talman might be able to come in on the roster, and then these two guys just are perfect fits for the Cavaliers. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Cavs fans, including myself, are fired up after this offseason. I know there might still be some more things that come in. Maybe Kevin Love gets bought out from Utah and ends up on the Cavs, stuff like that. Maybe there's another pickup or a small trade that happens. But let me know what you guys think about the Cavs offseason. The Cavs analysts are giving the Cavs a B and above, so that's really, really awesome to see. And that's why I'm fired up as a Cavs fan, to understand that even with the second apron, we turned that into a good offseason. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm Matt Palange. Go ahead and like this video, share this video with your friends, comment below your thoughts. And as always, thank you guys for joining me here on Cavs Digest.